Hello, everybody. You're listening to Nobody's Hearing This. This is a solo edition again. No, I'm not talking about Solo the movie, but it's a solo podcast where I'm talking about open world games, I guess. And oh, Cooper, you're home.
What are you doing in my house?
I always record in your house.
Is that what that smell is every morning?
No? Maybe. I mean, you can...
Is this why my electricity bill is always high every time?
I have 1,000 generators powering this podcast every episode. So, yeah. I mean, you can record with me if you want.
Well, how convenient. There's a mic here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... This is ASMR radio.
Oh my gosh. Alright, and... Oh my god, Alfie! You just assimilated into the chair in front of me.
I know, I just came out of the ground and I heard you guys
came out of the ground.
That's what Alfie does.
Yeah, he just kind of popped into the chair.
Yeah.
And...
When we had class together, we'd be like, "Where's Alfie?" And you go... He'd be like, I'm here. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like Mario coming out of the pipes.
Pretty much. But it's actually just out of nothing.
Yeah, I just heard you guys are doing a podcast, and I was like, yeah, I'll join in.
And then you assimilated out of the ground.
I came out of nowhere, yep.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess today we're talking about open world games, right?
That's right, yeah.
That sounds like a great topic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it. Let's
right.
start off. Well, this kind of like popped into my mind because we know Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out soon. And Cooper's very excited about Red Dead Redemption 2.
That I am.
I was more excited for Red Dead Redemption 2 until I saw the trailers. You look so sad.
No, I'm intrigued of why you think that. This is not a debate.
Yes.
I accept that some people are not, you know, it's definitely different. So like what I think that, but continue. I'm going to give my input and I want you to give your input first.
So I love the original Red Dead Redemption. That was the first game that I played where I was like, oh, this is video games. And I was like, this is a great new direction that video games are going to be going. A great story, open world aspects, a whole universe to explore, and great storytelling, great characters, great character, possibly the best character in all of video game history, John Marston. And then I watched the second one, and I was like, oh, it's the same. And I was like, they're not doing anything different.
They're not, okay.
Not necessarily. Yes, there's a lot of improvements on the first Red Dead Redemption, but to me, I texted you, and you're like, what? Because I said about how it just kind of looks like Grand Theft Auto 5, but in the Wild West. And that's just kind of how I'm feeling about it. Okay. And then you responded saying that it's so much more innovative than Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yes, in a way. So, you know, I talked to my friends. I've watched some videos, obviously, about the issue and what about, you know, not the issue, but basically like, why is Red Dead Redemption 2 different from any other Rockstar game? And
I wouldn't say
in a way it's not different, but in a way it's the most innovative out of all of them, because what they do is, for example, in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, if you go to what was that restaurant called? I forget. It was like
Never played San Andreas.
It was like Heart Shot or whatever, I forget. It's like the fast food restaurant. If you keep eating and you keep eating and you keep eating junk food, your character will gain weight. And low on stamina. And you lose appeal. That's interesting. Right? But if you go to the gym and you work out, you have more of an appeal to, and you look more intimidating, and you have more stamina. So there's that one. Bully lets you interact with other characters, have conversations. You can either, instigate them or try to, calm the situation down, sort of thing. And then, what was it? And then Grand Theft Auto just in General 3 just opens up the whole,
for sure,
just the whole open world aspect to it. So basically what Red Dead Redemption 2 did was basically it's like, let's just throw all that into one game.
Okay.
And that's what they did.
I can see that.
There's over 1,000 voice actors.
Oh, geez. That's crazy.
In this game.
That's a lot of content.
Yeah.
Isn't this game like over 100 gigs or something like that?
Yes.
I remember
and I think that's because of the amount of voice dialogue in it. A lot of people will remember you. Like in Red Dead Redemption 1, they'll remember you.
Yep.
If you're famous enough or you're honorable enough, they will. I just did a mission 2 days ago. I was playing Red Dead Redemption, and there was a mission where there's this guy, and he was like a pastor or whatever, or spreading the good word. But he's basically saying that beer, or he's like a prohibitionist, right?
Okay,
he's just basically saying, no, I don't. No more beer. We need to go back to the good old days of loving the Lord and being sober. And you go to another guy, and the guy says, I want you to kill him. Oh, so he doesn't.
That's right. I do remember that mission.
And I basically was like, I'm not going to kill the guy. He's just a crazy guy, and I don't agree with him, but he doesn't deserve to die. So I told him to leave, and I had consequences. Beer was more expensive, and people were talking around town saying, "Here, there's the snitch over there. I'm not serving him beer."
Yeah, I love Red Dead Redemption. That first game is just it's pinnacle of open world games in my opinion. Alfie, you never played Red Dead Redemption, right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys, since I've never played the Red Dead Redemption games, like could you guys give me a description for maybe other listeners too, like what kinds of games they are?
So you want like the story of it, or do you want to know like what really the mechanics of it?
Yeah, like what makes it, I guess, like an open world game, and what's like the appeal of that game?
The appeal is, I think there's a real sense of solitude in that game.
Okay.
That's what I really like about that game, especially once you're like on horseback, just riding across the desert. It's like you really feel like this is just me in the world. Like it's literally just, I don't know. Sometimes I like to go to video games for that, just like sense of solitude and just enjoying like the peaceful aspects of it and just wandering across some things that some people might not even know about and stuff like that. That game, and plus the story is really, really good too. It's about like an old outlaw basically trying to do good. I think it's because I haven't played it in a while. It's because he got caught or something.
It was basically in the beginning of the story, John Marston was a former outlaw of this huge notorious gang called the Vanderlyn Gang. And John Marston was basically raised up in that gang. So he didn't really know right from wrong. He basically just followed Dutch's orders and stuff like that.
Okay.
The gang disbanded. And years later, John Marston had a family with this... she was a prostitute. Her name was Abigail.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a son named Jack. And basically what the feds did...
Don't they have a daughter, too?
They had a daughter, and she died.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happened was...
An uncle.
Yes, he was part of the gang. He's part of the Vanderlyn gang, too.
Yeah.
But he basically said... the feds said to him... You need to help us find him, and you will be pardoned from all your wrongdoings, basically. So that's what John Marston did. And so that's your mission, is to find the people that you used to ride with and have a good... Hello. How's it going?
I won 4 times.
You won 4 times? My daughter, 7-year-old daughter, Audrey, is playing Mario Party in the other room, and she won the rhythm game 4 times. So
Good job, Audrey.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right, go win a 5th time. Let me finish my thought, please. Thank you. So, throughout the game, you search, you meet characters along the way, and they're iconic characters. There's Irish. There's Seth, who's like a gravedigger. Irish is a Irishman. He's from Ireland, and he's just always drunk, and you're just like, I don't know.
As an Irishman, I can't confirm.
Yes.
We are always drunk.
Yes. So
I got drunk yesterday. It was fun.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Did you speak in with the
Irish accent?
Irish accent?
Irish brogue. No, I didn't do that.
Oh.
What's the name of the traveling salesman? He's great.
Oh.
He's my favorite character.
Wes Dickens?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Wes Dickens?
And he's
a snake oil salesman, basically. And his products were like with narcotics.
Oh, okay.
And he keeps on getting into trouble.
He gets in trouble and you have to help him out and everything. But yeah, you meet characters along the way. And some of them have very tragic stories. Some of them are just like it's the Wild West, so that's what you expect, sort of thing. Yeah, it's about the story, and I think overall about the Red Dead Redemption is that there's a powerful message to it, and that the message is that from the very beginning of the American civilization, it's always been corrupt.
Oh yeah,
no, like it's always been corrupt, and I forget what John Marston said. He's just like, there's very few of us who are rich and can get away with a lot of things. Most of us are, just here basically to survive. And, that even today, when you hear about it, it's just like, it's so true.
Yeah.
And that, it was based back then in in 1911.
Yeah.
So that's crazy, right?
Plus, I really like the setting of the game too. Like, it's not like it's still the Old West, but like when you think about it, that game came out in 2011,
2010,
something like that.
Yeah.
So it was basically 100 years ago, and like in retrospect, 100 years ago was like nothing. And so it's just kind of like just that same message. It's like that was only 100 years ago.
Same old shit, different year.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And that's what we live in today. And that's the politics of it. Sort of. I'm not getting into politics or anything like that, but I'm saying like that was the message, and the message is still going on today. So it hasn't changed at all. But what was interesting about behind the scenes of Red Dead Redemption is that no one really made besides Red Dead Revolver, no one really made a Western game before.
Well, there was Gun.
There was Gun.
Gun was okay,
yes,
from what I
but
remember.
I think did that come out? I'm not sure what year that came out.
That was on the PS2, so that was probably like 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
I guess.
But basically what they said, what investors said about the Red Dead Redemption to Rockstar is that this game's going to fail.
Oh, really?
Before they started shipping it and stuff.
I think that's saying a lot too, because Rockstar had a pretty solid like history. Like they had all the Grand Theft Auto games.
They basically created open world.
Yeah, for sure.
They basically
before Skyrim.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like I'm telling you, like all the Rockstar games are way ahead of its time. With Grand Theft Auto 3 being out, that basically started the whole open world. That was the first open world game that I really felt like.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3.
I think my first, that's actually a pretty good topic, is what's our first like big open world game. I think mine would probably have to be the Spider-Man games.
Oh, Spider-Man 2?
Well, the first one was open world too. The only problem is that you couldn't go onto the ground floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spider-Man 2 opened that up too, whereas like you were able to go onto the streets of Manhattan and like talk with people, do side missions and stuff like that. I think that was probably my first open world game from what I can remember.
Okay.
What about you, Alfie? What was your first open world game?
My first open world game would probably be like RuneScape.
RuneScape.
It was an MMORPG.
Yeah.
because like for me, like open world games, they're like these really areas that you can like interact with and do a bunch of stuff.
I would probably open it up to just like RPGs in general too.
Okay, RPGs in general.
Because technically they are open worlds. I mean, look at like Pokemon. Like you can explore.
Ocarina of Time.
For sure.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it never really gave me the sense of I can do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the game that I felt like I felt like I could do whatever.
Plus, there's a lot of like just choice. Like for Red Dead Redemption, that was the first game that I played where I was like, oh, my choice matters. Especially with like even just shooting up a town or whatever. Like you become an outlaw, you become wanted. You can't enter that town again if you did that successfully. A lot of the times, if you do shoot up a town or whatever, you're dead within instant, unless you cheat. There was the diplomatic immunity cheat code that was pretty fun. Although I don't think you can progress through the story with those cheats on, from what I remember.
Yeah.
They had cheats in Red Dead Redemption?
You don't know about the cheat codes in Red Dead Redemption?
I know.
Oh, they're super fun.
I played it just vanilla because I was just I guess I was invested, but what were they?
There's diplomatic immunity, which was just you can shoot up everybody and you were completely fine. Yeah, you didn't get wanted or anything.
Was it like code, like up, down, left, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Yeah, that was like kind of the death of cheat codes. That was like the last game that I played that like had good cheat codes. I guess GTA 5 had them too, technically.
They did have cheat codes. Yes, you can, and they had also like single player mods.
Yeah,
and stuff like
Man,
that.
I miss cheat codes. Cheat codes were so much
Remember,
fun.
like you had like that sheet of paper.
Oh,
That's what I did. Grand Theft Auto 3. That's what I did every single time I logged in. I never beat the story.
GTA 3.
I never beat the story.
I don't think I ever
3.
played GTA 3. I played Vice City a little bit.
Yeah, I just bought like the bundle.
Yeah, on PS4.
The Rockstar bundle.
Yeah.
So I got Max Payne. I got like most Rockstar.
Everything.
Yeah. It's I'm a fan of Rockstar games, and I'll pay attention to their games
for sure
throughout the course of my life, and Yeah,
Rockstar is definitely one of the big ones for open world games. I think the second biggest one that I can think of is Bethesda with Skyrim, Fallout. I can't think of anything else, but those are the two biggies.
Elder Scrolls Online.
I was really
addicted to that for a while.
Yes, I was too.
That's right. You
spent a lot of money in microtransactions.
Yeah.
Did you really?
I did, because I wanted.
Awesome.
It's like I wanted a panther to ride, and then I wanted a dinosaur to ride. It's just like it just never ended.
Yeah,
it never ended. Oh, I could ride a bear. Hell yeah! I'll ride a bear.
Yeah.
Can't you do that in Skyrim too? I think if you tame a bear, you can ride it, from what I remember. I never played Skyrim, actually. Yeah.
You never played Skyrim?
I never played Skyrim,
Yeah,
but
me
from
neither.
what I can tell,
I've only played Elder Scrolls Online.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I know a lot about Skyrim.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Skyrim, but I never, because when Skyrim was really popular, I borrowed it from my friend Nick, not Nick that's on the show.
The one that's not here right now, and I'm taking over.
No, my friend Nick from high school. I borrowed his copy on Xbox 360, and I booted up. I made my character, and then the disc broke. It didn't.
Oh no!
I was like, well, I guess I'm never playing Skyrim.
Oh man,
I have 3 copies of it, but I've never gotten into it because it's like it's such an old game now, and it's kind of dated. Maybe someday, but
well, I might have to disagree about being dated. There are still thousands of people still playing Skyrim.
That's true.
Like it's just one of those games where like Bethesda literally made like the perfect medieval RPG fantasy game
For sure.
And
I was listening to my cousin's old podcast. We just recently got all the files back, so I've been re-listening to them. It's from like 2011, 2012, but that's when Skyrim came out. And they're not really gamers, but they were talking about Skyrim. It was a comic book podcast.
Yeah.
But they were talking about how they were a woman trying to get a woman to marry them and stuff like that, and they had to get 10 polar bear skins. And it was pretty funny. But
Amulet of Mara.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have Skyrim on PS3 and PC. I just remember, I think it's still in there, but Skyrim was like my bread and butter because I didn't, this is when Audrey was
an infant.
Yeah. Not even one.
Well, she was born 2011.
She was born in 2011.
That's right.
And it came out in November. Skyrim came out in November. And, I would have school.
Yeah.
And work. But like on my free time, it'd be me and Audrey. But Audrey was a baby at the time. So majority of the day she'd be napping. So she'd be sleeping on me. And I'd be in my room playing Skyrim on like a flippin', super small TV, but I played it and I was just so hooked onto it. I cannot tell you how many hours I've spent.
That's like my old coworker, Pete. He just recently, not just recently, a few years ago, he had a kid for the first time. And he was talking about how he's kind of excited because he'll be up late at night, like taking care of the kid, but he can also play video games at night. So that was kind of funny. Yeah, for sure. Just the importance of Skyrim to open world games. Like that's like the pinnacle of open world games from what I can tell. I mean, I still haven't played it, but
like, I know there's a point, there's an end point to how many options you can choose from. But like, you have to play that game more than once, like over again, if you want to complete everything. Like if you want to do Stormcloaks over the Imperials, like you can't just choose the Imperials and then go to the Stormcloaks because every single mission would just, you say like mission quest failed because you joined another team. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Doesn't that do that on Fallout 2? Or at least Fallout 4. I remember if you side with somebody else towards the end or whatever, then like all their missions will fail because you didn't do them.
Yeah. I'm actually not a huge fan of Fallout 4. I know that's kind of controversial and shocking.
Whoa.
I think what they basically did, like how you say, I'm not trying to bash you or anything, but you know how you say that it's Grand Theft Auto 5, but in the West, I think that Fallout 4 is Skyrim in the post-apocalyptic world.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah. Like even like as far down to the loading screen, it's still the same. Like you can rotate, like in Skyrim in the loading screen, you can interact with it by zooming in, spinning around. I can definitely
see why, because Skyrim was such an important game. They might as well add those aspects into their new game. Like, hey, we just made $1 billion on Skyrim. Might as well make Fallout a little bit more like Skyrim, you know?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people ask me like, oh, something about Skyrim. Like, no, I played Fallout. Like, that's just like, you kind of just play one or the other. I only played Fallout 4. And I think we'll talk about like Fallout 76 and how maybe an online open world game might be a little bit different. But yeah, Fallout 4 was definitely my Skyrim. I put definitely over 100 hours into Fallout 4, if not more.
Yeah, about like 50 hours.
I put 40 hours in just the PC version. And I'm not even like a quarter of the way through.
Yeah.
And definitely over 100 hours on PS4. So, that game, that's another game that I like that game, but I feel like there could be more implementation of choice in that game. It's kind of a straight shot, just kind of going through the story.
I hated the dialogue box, by the way.
The dialogue box?
Or the dialogue circle, whatever the fuck it was.
Oh,
we had to choose whatever, like, and then like the guy had a voice, and I'm like...
Yeah.
I did like the sarcasm though.
The sarcasm.
I chose sarcasm a lot in the game.
Yeah,
because I was like, he's funny.
Yeah.
What do you think are the top game developers that implement a really good open world?
Really good open world. Well, Rockstar definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Bethesda definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I think
I'm trying to think of what other big open world games there are.
Well,
because
there's The Witcher.
I've never played The Witcher. But I've heard those are great.
The Witcher doesn't necessarily. I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess you can. I haven't really tried it, but like, be evil. I don't think you can. There's definitely choice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's definitely choice.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's necessarily like, you as John Marston, killing a whole town. I don't think you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's basically, it's not linear, but there is like, your character is driven but
he has like a goal.
He has a goal.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, you have a choice, but it's like 3, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But then, their CD Projekt Red's new game, Cyberpunk 2077.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
That's going to be probably like one of the biggest first-person shooters. It's not going to be third person. It's first person.
It is first person?
It's first person.
Oh, okay.
And have you seen the gameplay?
I haven't seen the gameplay yet.
Me neither.
I do know that it's like they're kind of doing the what game is your favorite game of all time? The multiple planets.
No Man's Sky is not my favorite game of all time.
That was the
I know
joke,
they
Cooper.
updated it and they did a really good job.
It was a joke.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But I know Cyberpunk 2077 is kind of doing that thing where they're having procedurally generated planets, I think, from what I hear.
I don't know. I mean, I know that there is one city. I don't know if there's any space travel. There could be.
I think there is.
I have all I have seen.
Or maybe it's procedurally generated cities. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
But it comes to a point of like, when is it too much? And I think that might be too much. Just like based off of. See, I'm playing. We played Spider-Man. Me and Cooper played Spider-Man, and
You know Spider-Man, Alfie?
I have not played.
he played a little bit, or you watched me play a little bit at my house the other day.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like the perfect open world game for me because there's not a lot. Like, it's so condensed.
Right. You have one role.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like Grand Theft Auto where it's like you have 2 roles.
Yeah.
And you have to choose between that.
Yeah. Whereas my only problem with Spider-Man was I thought there was kind of a lack of variety with mission types, which has always been the problem with those games. It's
Developers
always been beat 'em
that.
ups, and there's the beat 'em ups, there's the stealth missions, there's whatever. Overall, I really enjoyed the game, but especially as an open world game. But I thought, like, as just a video game in general, it was lacking.
Yeah, and they said that it's kind of confusing, but they said that Spider-Man PS4 was the Iron Man of the Mars gaming universe.
I could see that.
So basically what they're saying is that, like, how Iron Man was like the first of the Mars cinematic
so more
universe?
games are going to
so it's going to be more Marvel games.
I could see that.
I don't know if it's going to be PS4 only, though.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't... there could be an Xbox only one.
Well, it depends on what publishers and developers and whatever.
Yeah, but it's Marvel, so they're going to probably do cross-platform.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that it was a big problem that this was only on the PS4.
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of people complaining that it wasn't on Xbox.
Insomniac's previous game
was Sunset Overdrive,
which is Xbox One only.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they have to measure. Okay, here comes my 7-year-old again. Hold on. What's up? You don't want to play it anymore? You want to play another one? Okay. How do you like Spider-Man, Audrey? She's smiling. So she likes it. So, why don't you go watch TV or something like that? Just press the power button on the top. You got it? Okay, she said poopy. She got her toilet joke. She got her toilet joke, and I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Was this? Oh yeah. So yes. So I if it was multi-platform, I think it'd be
more successful.
Yeah.
I think. And who knows? It could, very well be Spider-Man. I don't know.
They're definitely setting up for a sequel.
Oh,
and it made thousands or millions of dollars. So thousands of dollars,
hundreds of millions.
Yeah. So there's definitely going to be.
Are you guys
some
getting
sort
the
of
DLC?
Sequel. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's like a 3-part. story.
That's what I
like
heard.
that.
Something like that. I played the hell out of that game.
Yeah.
So
hang on just 1 second.
Okay.
You guys talk. I'll be right back.
We can take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking about something funny.
Something fun. More open world games. Yeah. I did want to talk more about Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay. We'll talk about that next time or next segment. Goodbye. Oh yeah, you're plugging it in real good.
Oh, Jimmy.
Hey. All right.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, by the way, I have Skyrim VR too.
Oh, you do?
Forgot about that part.
So you have how many iterations of Skyrim?
I have three. Wow. So I have
Skyrim. I have two, so I can't complain that much. I haven't played any of them.
Skyrim VR, Skyrim PS3, and Skyrim PC.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Nice. But I did want to talk about Cyberpunk. It was said, it was like a rumor or something like that, you know, if you're choosing the good side all the time, it's probably going to, you know, mess you over in the end. Which I'm just like, I don't want to do bad things. I'm a good person. Come on. True. Don't make me do that.
You are a good person, Cooper.
But they're saying, like, you know, if you're always good, it could be bad for you in a way. You could get, you know, screwed over in the end. So it's like,
maybe that's the lesson.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta do dirty things to get shit done. All right, who wants to bring us back? Cooper, do you want to bring us, or Alphy? Yeah. Alphy, you didn't talk much. You want to bring it? You want to bring the podcast back?
So like, you know I haven't been speaking much, but the thing was, wait, are we recording?
Yeah, I was just gonna say like welcome back or whatever.
But... All right, yeah, you want to do your welcome back?
Oh, you can do welcome back. I'm saying you can bring us in.
Okay. Welcome back, guys.
That was really good.
That was pretty good.
I don't think anyone could ever do
that. Yeah, so this is a Fix It and Post.
No? It's nobody's hearing this.
Oh, nobody's
Fix
hearing
this?
Fix It and
Post is dead and gone.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, ready? Here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nobody's Hearing This. I'm your host, Cooper Smithers.
How's it going, Cooper?
Yep, and with
my name's Jimmy.
Jimmy Fitch and Alphy. I don't know his last name. Sanchez. That's right. That's right. It's Sanchez. S-A-N-C-H-E-Z.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right.
So, Alfie, what were you talking about before?
So, I did want to bring up the point how you said that Cyberpunk, what was it, 2077, how it might be the world might be too large.
Yeah.
But that's actually one thing of like open world games. I'm using Elder Scrolls Online as an example where I love getting lost in those types of worlds where I can spend just hours and hours and not be able to finish the game because, you know, like when you play these types of games, you just want to get lost in it.
And whenever you go into those kind of games, you're kind of anticipating that you're just going to be playing this for a while.
Yeah.
So like when I'm playing Fallout, it's like that's all I'm playing at the moment. But like that's why I kind of diverse a little bit away from open world games because I kind of want to just explore other games. Like that was my problem with God of War 2, which is kind of an open world game.
It's ish, yeah, open world ish.
There was just a lot of content in that game, and like especially like after you beat it, there's like still story going on. Yeah, and it's like, oh man, I don't want to. Like, I want to play other games. I beat this game. I don't want to have to keep on playing this game.
Oh, okay.
So that's always been my kind of problem with open world games, that there's like too much content, whereas like I can play Super Mario Odyssey in 10 hours, you know.
I just think I have like an addictive personality when it comes to games. So like when
they definitely appeal to a specific person.
Yeah, like when I get into a game, like I'm the kind of person that I would play it for like a year straight.
Yeah, that's like Colby too. Colby's the same way. He played, oh god, what's that game?
Horizon Zero Dawn
for months.
I got so stuck on that game.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like I don't. Maybe Colby can help me out, but I'm like trying to fight this giant freaking robot spider thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I keep dying, and his health bar is not going down any sooner or whatever.
I keep starting that game. That's another open world game.
Yeah.
I keep starting that game, but every time that I keep on wanting to get into it, I'm just like, it's too much.
Yeah.
Like I just have too many games and not enough time.
Yeah.
And that's a game that's definitely a time killer. Colby's that way too, though. Like whenever he plays a game, he plays like Titanfall 2. He played for months.
Yeah.
And he played Horizon Zero Dawn for months. He played Persona 5 for months.
Yeah.
Like he plays like one game, and he just tries to like do as much as you can.
And that's good financially too. I mean, if you think about it, like, you don't have to spend all the game on the.
He was talking
money.
at work the other day about how he just like he buys like one, or he has like a list of games, and like after he buys, he just puts it on the bottom of the list, and he like literally just goes through the list so he doesn't like put any off the wayside, whatever. So that's how he does it. I think that's a good way to play games.
It's weird. I guess I'm kind of the same way.
He's a very organized gamer.
You and Colby are pretty similar.
I have a list of games, and I kind of do the same thing. I just go down the list.
Yeah,
and
you
I play
guys are
them.
very organized. I'm just like, what do I feel like playing today?
That's how I am.
Yeah, it's like, what do I feel like playing? I feel like playing some Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Let me plug up my PS3 and
I have a list of games, but it's for Late to the Game, which is a project that's hopefully coming soon. But it's literally just a list of older games that I want to play. But like I don't go down the list. I'm literally just I'm just picking like, all right, what do I want to do next? I did Kingdom Hearts so far. Spoilers. It wasn't good.
oh, Nick is thank God Nick's not here.
He doesn't like he doesn't like the first game either.
Oh really?
No.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in
another podcast.
Yeah, we can do a whole Kingdom Hearts episode. Oh god, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. That's gonna actually be an episode.
Yeah, no. I need to catch up on my lore. I'm not playing the games. I'm just gonna try.
Are you gonna play 3?
I've never played 1 or 2. And I tried playing. This is the funny thing about my relationship with Kingdom Hearts 3. The beginning part where you have to do this race, I kept on losing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, can we swear in this, by the way?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. Come on.
Just want to make sure.
Just not too loud, Cooper.
Yeah, I know. My 7-year-old's in the other room. You know, I was like, I don't know how old I was, man, but I was racing someone. And I was like, I lost so many times. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not playing this game anymore. This is the game. I want to play with Mickey. Come on, I want to fight alongside with Goofy and Mickey and Donald.
It takes a long time to get to the Donald and Goofy parts where they team up with you.
Well, if it's on sale, there is a flash sale going on, by the way.
Is there?
Yes.
Those are the death of my wallet.
I saw one. It was Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is on sale
already.
Yeah,
isn't that brand new?
It came out. It came out last month. Isn't that crazy?
Is crazy. Yeah. They put a game out, and then like a month later they put it on sale.
Yeah. It's like, why don't you just wait?
Yeah.
And the Croft edition, like the big Ultimate edition,
it's probably like $60,
it's
right?
$67.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're
rather
crazy.
than $90.
Square Enix doesn't like money.
Yeah.
Well, they probably make so much money on like their.
Well, they don't like money. They made, what was it, like Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 2.5, Kingdom Hearts 2.9 remix. What's up?
Hungry.
You're hungry? What would you?
That was perfect.
What would you like?
Pizza?
Pizza? Oh, we do have pizza.
So.
All right. I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
That's fine. Me and Alphy can talk.
Yes. Don't go on break again. Just go on without me.
We'll do a little conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
So Alfie, we were kind of talking a little bit earlier. This podcast is so all over the place. I don't care anymore.
It's okay.
We were talking a little bit how kind of RPGs can be technically categorized as open world games. Yeah. Is there like an RPG that you've played that you feel like maybe like your choices really matter, or or just like the open world aspects that you would see in like a typical open world game?
Yeah. Usually the From Software games, like the Dark Souls series.
Yep.
What
do you call those RPGs?
They're action RPGs.
Yeah.
I would say, because you have stats that you can increase.
That's true.
You can collect items and stuff like that.
Yep.
And when it comes to like interacting with environments, there's some environments that you can destroy and get like secret items.
That's true.
But for the most part, when it comes to interacting with the environment, it's usually the NPCs.
Yep.
If you talk to certain NPCs or you don't talk to them, you might down the line in the game, like certain NPCs, they either, you know, die or you unlock new dialogue, or, you know, the ending could be different.
That's true.
So that's one thing I like about the games, where, you know, you don't have to just play it once. You can play it 3 times and then you can discover something new.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was talking with Cooper, like I played Bloodborne a lot. I'm still not past like the second world in that game. But yeah, that could technically be categorized as into like an open world game. I think there are loading screens between areas, but that's still like
it's kind of like Dead Space, where they're very well camouflaged.
Yeah,
usually, just like with Dead Space in Dark Souls games, when you're using an elevator like a lift.
Yeah, it's like a
something
loading
like
screen.
That. It's a pseudo loading screen.
Yeah,
which is very smart.
Yeah. Oh man, I love Dead Space games. We should do a whole Dead Space episode.
I know I can go. I can go on forever about that game.
Those games are my favorite. But we're talking about open world games.
Yeah, and that only takes place in one spaceship.
that is true. That does take place in that is the one world. All right, so I'm trying to think of like an RPG-ish. Like I'm playing Chrono Trigger right now, and I guess that can be categorized into an open world game. Yeah, there is like a world map, but it's kind of like it's the world. Yeah, like I don't know. It's
well, since you like Nintendo, have you ever played Wind Waker?
I've played parts of Wind Waker. Okay. Oh yeah, the Legend of Zelda games. We haven't even talked about those. Cooper, I think, mentioned Ocarina.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Wind Waker. Okay. I had the HD remaster for the Wii U, but then I got rid of the Wii U, so I never got that far into it.
Okay.
The Zelda games for sure. Those are like everybody's first introduction to open world games. Ocarina of Time is like probably Nintendo's best selling open world game of all time. You know.
Yeah.
That's for sure, like just the exploration, like going through the Hyrule Fields or whatever. That I don't know. That's always been like such a sentimental part of like every Nintendo fanboy is.
Like personally, my favorite game is Wind Waker, and one of the things like the open world stuff that I really enjoyed was when you're navigating the sea. You can actually chart the sea, so you can know like which island is where. And you know, you can go through the whole game without doing that, but if you do that, it makes the game like, you know, a little bit easier. You know where you're going and stuff like that. And so like you can actually interact with the sea. You can fight like optional like mini bosses and stuff, and I really enjoyed stuff like that about the Wind Waker games.
I played recently, like it just came out last year, was Breath of the Wild. And that was by far, I think that was probably the last open world game that I really played. But that was for sure, like that gave you a lot of choice because you can do the bosses in any
order you
wanted. Yeah. So you would go to, or just like the temples. The Cooper would probably know. I think he's playing it now. The what are they called? They're like big animal statues that you have to go inside of them, and then they are the temples basically. But yeah, you can do them in any order. But if you wanted to, if you're crazy enough, you can go straight to Ganon.
Really?
You can go like literally like as soon as you wake up, and then you can go straight to Ganon.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's not the best idea because you're super weak and you don't have but basically like if you do all the I can't think of what they're called. All the temples. All the temples. If you do all the temples, that weakens Ganon basically. Because they have like beams of light that are going towards the big bubble that's at the Ganon's castle, whatever.
So the more dungeons you go through,
It's better for you. It makes the boss battle easier when you're fighting Ganon.
Yeah.
But if you didn't want to do that, if you want to do it super hard, you can go straight to Ganon and try it out that way. But of course, then you wouldn't be exploring the world or whatever. We talked about it on Fix It and Post years ago. Just about like how I put 40 hours into exploration in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Just like exploring, just talking to random people. That was when I was unemployed, I think. I think that's why I was, or that was at the end of college going into the summer. And I was like, I have nothing to do. So I was playing a lot of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, when I get the Switch, I'll probably be the kind of like, I love just exploring like every corner of RPG games, and I'm probably
there's a lot with Zelda, especially Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like Nick put a lot of time into his brother, Nick's brother. He put, I think, a lot. He beat like, he got all the, because there are little temples and then there's big temples. Shrines are called the small ones or whatever. There's like over 200 shrines, I think.
Really?
And he did, I think, like a lot of the side missions. I don't know how much he did, and then beat the game. And then he was only 25% of the way done with the game.
Wow.
I guess there's a lot of side stuff in that game. Yeah. Not including all the DLC that has come out. I have the guide, and I'm still nowhere near done with that game.
Yeah, this sounds like my kind of game. I need to get a Switch.
Yeah,
get this
Breath
game.
of the Wild was really fun. That was definitely my open world game of like the last few years.
Okay.
Before that was Fallout 4. Before that was, I guess, the Spider-Man games. I guess I had Grand Theft Auto 5. I played a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5. But yeah, before that, those were like the only open world games that I really played.
Yeah. And I know you guys said that Grand Theft Auto, like the first one, it really opened up like open world games. Like
Grand Theft Auto 3 did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, like, have you heard of this game called Shenmue?
I have heard of Shenmue.
It has like a little cult following.
Yeah, yeah.
It came out on the Dreamcast, and that one is
what's that game about?
It's basically a guy. I forgot his name because I never played the game personally.
Okay.
But I heard a lot of people like talk about it. But basically, it's about this guy, who he finds out that his father got killed, I think, by like the Yakuza or something like that. And it's basically him trying to figure out like who killed his father. Okay. And it is like an open world. Like you can explore like Tokyo and like parts of Japan. Yeah. And you can even like go into an arcade and play like Sega games.
Oh, really?
Stuff. Yeah, like you can actually.
I think I do remember that. Yeah. That was definitely a big game for the Dreamcast from what I can remember.
Yeah, like it's I think that game, Shenmue, is the one that really opened it up to like open world games. But it's one of those things where it was like a Japanese game. Yeah. So
it didn't get that much of an American following.
Yeah. But obviously with the Grand Theft Auto games that really exploded.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. What's the name? Nick's gonna be super excited because that game, The World Ends With You, is getting a HD remaster on the Switch. Okay. Have you heard of that game? The World Ends With You. That was like the quintessential RPG on the DS, I think. That was like a really, really big game, and that was supposed to be like, I think it takes place in Shibuya, which is like a really popular place in Japan. Yeah. And like the art style was super quintessential. It's very anime. Like after that game came out, like everybody started drawing like that. Like the art style is very iconic. Oh, okay. Like if you saw like the character models in some of those what is it called? Like screenshots or whatever. Okay. You would be like, oh, I know that art style off the, like as soon as you see it.
Oh, okay. So it was like it really kind of got like that boom for like the anime art style. Okay.
Yes, for sure.
I'm surprised I didn't hear about it because I was I was actually considering being an art major for a long time.
Oh, really?
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I wanted to get into animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you draw?
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to draw and paint, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea about that.
Yeah. In high school, I took a art AP class and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I drew Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah.
That was the only thing I knew how to draw.
That at work. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
Sonic,
right. I forgot. I drew you a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog a few months ago at work.
I drew rings and everything, and then someone threw it out.
That's so sad. Yeah, when I'm really bored at work, because Alfie and we work at the same place, and can't really say who we work for, but we basically watch TV for a living. So we have to sit in these pods, and I get really bored, so I'll just draw pictures.
Sonic, yeah.
Yeah, I drew Sonic. I've been drawing Sonic a lot lately. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I don't know where Cooper is. Cooper, I think he's cooking Audrey something.
Yeah, he's cooking some food right now.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of. I'm gonna do a little bit of research. I'm gonna see what the best-selling open world games are of all time. All right, going into Safari. Best selling.
Would you consider like sandbox games, kind of like?
Oh, for sure.
Because I'm thinking of I forgot which game it was.
That was basically open world games before they started calling them open world games.
Because there's this old game. They never called it an open world game. I remember in the marketing they called it a sandbox game, but I forgot what it was. It was basically this guy, he got infected by like this alien, and he had like superpowers. And he was trying to like find other people that have been infected because they turned out evil. Yeah. I forgot what the game was called. I forgot what it was called.
It's I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it took place like in a city, and you can like explore the city, and there were side missions and stuff.
It's gonna come up. Nick really likes that game. Yeah. It's not Prototype, it's the other one.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah.
It is Prototype?
Prototype, yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Yeah. There's another game that's kind of similar to that too. Like they both came out at the same time, and I always confuse them. I'm gonna look up now. I gotta look that up. Yeah, that's not Prototype. The not Prototype game.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mentioned that because I came thinking that open world games, it was like gonna be, it's supposed to be like a whole world, like you can explore like not just like one like city or something like that. Like I thought it was like a vast area. So I'm kind of interested in, because you were saying like Spider-Man games. Yeah. Usually they take place like in one city. So it doesn't have to be like, you know, like you can cross like, you know, 3 continents or something like that. Like in Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, that's why it's funny, because I guess the open world thing started coming out like when Skyrim and like Grand Theft Auto were coming out. Yeah. But yeah, before that we would just call them sandbox games, and like you would just be able to explore like wherever, kind of. Yeah. That was definitely a different name for them back in the day. It's so crazy how much. Oh, look who came back! You guys are still here. We're still here. We're still recording.
You guys want? I have one slice of pizza.
I'm okay right now. Thank you, though.
Would you like it?
I'm okay. Thanks, Cooper. You can have it.
I'm gonna put it to the side of it.
All right, you do you, man. We were just talking about how we what's that game that's Prototype but it's not Prototype?
Oh, with like, so he has like all those like,
yes,
yeah, the tendrils and stuff.
Is it out, or is it coming out, or?
No, it's been out for like 10 years.
Yeah, it's like a really old game.
Prototype, but it's Prototype, but it's not Prototype?
It's not Prototype. There's another game that's basically the same game, but it's not. We have to like choose between good and evil.
Huh. There's a lot of those.
I can't think of what it's called.
Yeah.
We were talking about sandbox games and like how sandbox games was like basically open world games before we started calling them that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look it up, but I can't find it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky one.
I searched the not Prototype game.
Yeah, Prototype, it was a Prototype game. So it was...
It had like a subsequent game that came out recently. It's like... it's not. It's like something from what I remember. It's not Uncharted, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm probably way off. Maybe I am thinking about Prototype. I have no idea.
Well, there's Prototype 2.
Yeah.
I thought when I saw the trailer, the cinematic trailer, obviously, not the actual game.
Yeah.
But the cinematic trailer Prototype, I'm like, this is like the coolest freaking game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just burped. Ever. I thought it was the cool, and then I played it. I'm like, that's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think the publisher, no, sorry, not the publisher, the game designers who made Prototype, they actually went bankrupt.
Oh, really?
The second Prototype.
No way.
Yeah.
That's sad.
What was that team? Who made it? Who
I just looked it up.
remember.
It said Radical Entertainment.
Really?
It's the developer. Yeah. Radical Entertainment. They weren't that radical.
I guess
Apparently.
not.
Yeah. That game bankrupted them.
We were talking about Zelda a little bit. Do you have any input?
The game's really hard. Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You think it's hard?
Yeah.
playing it on
I mean,
hard mode?
I guess I'm just underpowered and not prepared. But
It depends on what path you take in that game. The enemies do get stronger as you get stronger, but I think if you take a certain path, it's possible that you just kind of screw yourself.
I hate durability. And I just want a sword.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want to like fight a guy and I'm like, this is a really good sword. And then it breaks and it's like, cool, I got a stick.
Yeah, yeah. That's a problem with that
Thanks.
game. It's just like that's also a game about choice. Like you can choose to like use your strongest sword against somebody.
Yeah,
or,
that's I mean I respect that type of strategy, but I'm just like, bro,
yeah.
cut me some slack, man. I just want to have some fun.
Yeah, that's the one thing about that game that kind of sucks is the having to choose like your sword. I mean, eventually, spoiler, you get the master sword.
Sure, you have to have like 13 hearts or whatever, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
You have to have like I looked it up because it was just like you need like 13 hearts, and that's just like.
But even that weakens after a while, and you can't use it. It has to like refresh.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't break.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
Okay. I'm surprised they haven't made a mode where it's just like a one sword mode where you don't have to worry about that. Like just a super easy mode.
They should.
I guess they just wanted to make it like more realistic, like real world. Like if you have a weapon and you swing it 100 times, it'll break.
Maybe. Yeah. What about the other Zelda games? Do you think there are aspects that possibly inspire open world games now? Alphy was talking a little bit about Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Wind Waker's my favorite.
Yeah.
Wind Waker's definitely my favorite.
I love Wind Waker.
I need to play it, but I do have a GameCube, but I was playing the HD remaster on Wii U, but I sold that motherfucker as soon as I got a Switch.
Yeah.
Didn't the Switch come out like not even a year after the Wii U came out or something?
No, there was like 5 years between that.
Okay.
But like sales of the Nintendo were going down, and then they were like, hey, let's try mobile, and it's just like no one's really buying. No one wants to buy a $10 Mario game for my iPhone. $5 is okay. $10 is like
$10 is a little much.
That's a little much, dude. On a phone that I have a lot of other stuff to use it for, and not just the phone. You know, like for that.
That's true. At least there are no microtransactions in that game, though.
There's no microtransactions
in Mario Run or whatever.
Yeah, Mario Run.
No.
Oh, that's cool.
Good.
That's why it's $10.
Yeah, because it's just like and then what was it? And then there was that whole. I think there was that whole thing with Pokemon Go where it was not necessarily Nintendo published it or developed it or whatnot.
Not Yacht Club. Niantic.
Yeah, Niantic made it.
Yeah.
And like Nintendo got like no.
I mean, they're a $1 billion corporation.
I know, but like
I
know. And then Satoru, what was his name?
Iwata.
Was passing. They're just like it was a rough year. For like that generation of like the Wii U and stuff. That was just a rough generation. Yeah. A rough time.
A lot of people are going to talk about that like in the future. They'll talk about like Nintendo's dark years. And it's going to be the Wii U era, you know. That's I
remember buying the Wii U.
I was excited for the Wii U.
Me and my friend Tim, we bought the Wii U and we're like, heck yeah, and we bought Zombie U and we're like, heck yes. Like I thought it was so cool. And then like
not a lot of good games came out.
And then not a lot of great games came out. And then like 3D World came out. That was good.
It was okay.
Yeah, I mean,
compared to Odyssey.
yeah, it got. I can't believe it got like Game of the Year nomination. 3D
Did it
World.
really?
It did.
3D World.
Well, they try to include Nintendo as much as possible.
was,
So
like,
I'm
the only-
assuming that like this year's Game of the Year is probably going to be like.
Let's do it a Mario game.
I guarantee you, Mario Party's going to win Best Party Game. I think that is a category. Smash is probably going to win Best Fighting Game.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh God, Smash is coming out this year, isn't it?
That it
It's
is.
in December.
That it is. I'm going to pre-order it probably next Friday.
I love you, Cooper.
I pre-ordered everything because
really
I'm a nervous wreck and I'm thinking, oh, it's not going to be available when I pick it up day one.
I've pre-ordered one game ever in my entire life, and it was the worst experience I ever had.
What was it?
It was Doom, and I was at the time I was working during the day. I was working in media services, and I think that came out in the summer, right? So I think I was working there over the summer. And then, but UPS wouldn't drop stuff off at my house because nobody was there. So I was like, oh, that sucks. So I wasn't able to play Doom on release day after, even though I pre-ordered it. I called UPS, and UPS was like, oh, we can hold it here for you. But then somebody else called UPS and said, oh, just deliver it later or whatever. And they just got confused, and I eventually just picked it up like 2 days later. And
It's lost in UPS limbo?
No, I got it now.
You got it.
like
You got
2
it at
days
the UPS store. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But I've never had a problem ever picking up a game.
If you're having a pre-order, if you're pre-ordering a game, always do it at GameStop. That's just my personal. Yes, hi. That is a $45 Little Live Pets My Kissing Puppy Raleigh.
Do it.
I'm not. No. Maybe for Christmas.
Speaking of microtransactions.
Look at it.
That's awesome.
Look at this thing.
Oh, it's like a...
It's probably a robotic
I thought it was
puppy.
a video game.
No.
I don't know why I just automatically thought game.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was that too.
I will look into that later, okay?
Slow iPad.
Slow iPad, yeah. But yeah, because
First world problems.
What GameStop would do is they'd be like, how much do you want to pay off? So you don't have to pay off immediately.
Yeah.
Like I'd say like for Spider-Man, I paid like $30 for pre-order, and then I was just like, I'll just pay the rest when it comes out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm probably gonna do with the Smash game. I probably paid like $40, and then.
But I hate GameStop, though, is the problem.
Really?
I actually have grown to like.
Yeah, but
I
they're
do
killing...
bare minimum with GameStop. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
Like.
I only go to GameStop if I have to. Like, that's usually my last. Like, I'll go to... Usually, like, if a new game comes out, I'll go to Target. Because a lot of people... I live in Waterbury, so it's not like...
They're not GameStops in Waterbury?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah.
But, like, all the game... Like, say a really big game is coming out or whatever, everyone's going to go to GameStop to pick it up. No one's going to go to Target to pick it up. Like, I got Breath of the Wild at a Target or Walmart or whatever because I was like, nobody's gonna go to these places to pick it up. They're gonna go to GameStop and it's gonna sell out. Yeah. Like so that's why I go to those places.
That's a good good way. I just
don't like GameStop.
Yeah. Well, at GameStop you also can get it like day early sometimes. So
that's
like
true.
For Spider-Man, like you're like, you lucky mother. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So
right.
They called and it was funny because there's a story behind that. So I was originally planning on going to a concert in the city.
Oh yeah. But then you were like Spider-Man instead.
No, it's not because I said Spider-Man. It was because that there was torrential downpour. It was raining hard.
Okay.
And I was on the Merritt Parkway, and it was me and my dad, and we literally saw like 3 lightning bolts just crashing down like in sequence.
Yeah.
Like crash, crash, crash. And we're like,
that's a bad sign.
Let's get off the Merritt Parkway.
Get off the Merritt Parkway. And that's what we did. And then I felt so much better. And then I was just like, hey, I can go to get Spider-Man at 9.
That's really funny.
Nice.
Audrey came with me. She made a mess in there. That was funny.
That sounds about right.
She was picking something up and she hit her head and like the row of like, you know, like in the, like at the counter, there's like all those games that are like up for pre-order.
Oh yeah.
She hit the shelf and all of them just slid down. I'm like, oh no.
That's really funny. What were we talking about? The Merritt Parkway. We somehow got to the Merritt Parkway.
We got sidetracked mad fast. We're talking about open world games.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was asking if there were any. Oh, then we got to the Wii U. Then we got to GameStop somehow. I don't know how we got there. But I was talking about. Is there anything from what was that, Wind Waker, that you can see in open world games today, like that inspired? I think I wish style was a little bit more.
Style was definitely great in Wind Waker. I love the aspect of sailing the ocean blue.
Yeah.
Just like, Sea of Thieves is like another kind of like, you sail the ocean blue or whatever. But like I don't know, I just felt more safe. I guess more safe in Wind Waker because there was not another pirate ship coming after you to blow you to smithereens and stuff. But
I wish open world games were a little bit more stylized. Like if you look at all the Grand Theft Auto games, and
if you dig far enough, the Worlds Adrift is it's like an MMO open world game, but it's like, how do I explain it? It's like flying ships, and there's floating islands on a planet. Yeah, and you get grappling hooks, and you grapple onto. It was actually the same makers as I Am Bread. So.
Oh Jesus. I've never played any of those.
You've never played I Am Bread?
No, I played Goat Simulator, and then I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I Am Bread is pretty freaking great.
Is it?
It's challenging.
That was my first and last meme game. I was like, I'm done with meme games.
Yeah. No.
That's an open world game. Goat Simulator.
Goat Simulator?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You just do whatever you want. That is a sandbox game. That is like... Yeah. Like open world is like you have a purpose there.
Okay.
Sandbox is just like like do whatever you want, I guess. Okay. I don't know.
I can see that, yeah.
Right? Like
that's like what would you classify we played that one day, the Just Cause 3.
Oh my God, that is sandbox.
Yeah,
sandbox. Max.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just like, there's a story, but
I never even played the actual game. I just played it that one time that I was playing with you. Yeah,
that was so fun. We need to go back and
we should do that again.
We should play that again because that was really fun.
You have a PC? Did that once.
I don't know. I have a laptop, but I don't have like a PC where I can play like high definition.
But you can play ESO.
No.
Where are you playing? Oh, you have a PS4.
I play PS4, yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Another thing. This is not open world sandbox subject, but Bethesda games.
Yeah.
You can play Valve and Bethesda games. You can play like a Bethesda game almost on anything laptop.
That's true.
Or any computer, and it
you
can
have to play it on really low settings.
But obviously, but like you can play it. And it works just fine.
That's true.
Like my friend Jake, I got him Elder Scrolls Online one time, and he had this really dinky laptop. It's just a really dinky laptop, but like it runs perfectly on his. It's so great.
I used to play not like big games, but I would play like some pixel games or whatever on Steam on my MacBook. Back when that was like the only way that I could play PC games. I was gonna say something, but I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
That's okay.
Shit.
That's fine.
That's all right.
I like your Apple Watch.
Thank you.
I got Jill one for her birthday.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really? That's an expensive birthday present.
It is.
Look at you.
Yeah. Well, there's like a backstory to it. So like she bought bikes.
Yeah.
And that was like those $500 for two.
Yeah.
And as a present for her, I was gonna help her out buying the Apple Watch, but then I realized that I haven't paid her back for the bike. So I was just like,
Apple Watch.
Why not?
There you go. Yeah.
So there we go. That's how it happened.
There you go.
So
I totally forgot what I was gonna say. It was something like super intriguing too, and it just escaped.
I'm sorry.
It's gone.
I'm sorry.
Gone forever.
Hey, what about Bethesda's new game was it not Starbound? Star something.
I know what you're talking about, but I have no idea.
Stardust.
Look it up.
Starburst.
Starburst. That's my favorite open world game. You really go around and like you can get all the flavors. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting game.
Starfield.
We haven't seen any footage from that yet.
No, it's just a teaser.
Yeah, that was at E3 this year, wasn't it? Or 2 years ago.
A teaser for it wasn't like there.
Yeah,
it was just like, hey, we exist. Just like Elder Scrolls 6.
Mm-hmm. That was so funny.
That's basically, let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you, your Elder Scrolls fanboys something. That was basically saying, shut the fuck up. Okay?
We're making it.
We're gonna make it. Stop pestering us about it.
Basically.
That's basically what they were trying. That's what they were getting at.
I gotta look into that because I didn't know about that.
You didn't know about
Elder Scrolls 6? No,
yeah.
They made it. It was basically like like a suit. It was just like an aerial shot of like mountains and stuff, and then just says Elder Scrolls 6. That was it. No dialogue. Yeah. No, there was some music, but that was it.
And then tremendous applause.
And then everyone was standing up, and there was a standing ovation. It was just like, you guys are sheep. You guys are sheep.
Yeah.
No offense to my fellow gamers, but
it excited a lot of people.
Listen, calm down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone knew they were working on it.
You can get mods to improve the graphics or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're gonna get Elder Scrolls. It's fine.
Yeah, those are those hardcore.
Elder Scrolls Online is like, I think it's so underrated, and it's like you can go anywhere in Tamriel. Anywhere.
Yeah.
It's definitely compressed in size, obviously, but like, hey, you want to go to Morrowind? Okay, I'll go to Morrowind. Why not? Because you can.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
That's 3, isn't it? Morrowind?
Elder Scrolls, yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
But it's an actual like place you can go.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And have you got like the latest expansions and stuff?
I have not, no. Because I stopped. I think when
I remember
the first
when we were
DLC
in college.
came out, I stopped.
I remember in college, Alphy was playing that. He was like, "This is taking up my life."
Yeah. It's pretty consuming.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes I would play for like hours straight.
Yeah. You're definitely into those like MMOs. Yeah.
Like I get lost in those games.
Did you play WoW?
Wow. No, I tried to, but I ended up not liking it too much.
I tried to as well, and I was just like, oh.
I never had a computer that was. I downloaded it once because I think my friend Nick was trying to get me into it. Other Nick,
High School Nick.
And so I downloaded it, and I think it played at like maybe 10 frames a second.
Oh God!
I had such a crappy desktop PC from like 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
You would expect,
it's like a Dell
Blizzard to just come, have a good, understanding of.
If I was really close to myself and he didn't see anything, like any of the environments, whatever, I think I got a solid 30 frames a second. I was like, whoa, look how cool it is when I was like super close to myself. But yeah, I never got into. I think that's why I'm not really into those MMOs, because I never got into it that early.
Yeah. I didn't get into it because I played a RuneScape for a long time.
Okay, yeah.
And after
that's another one I never played.
Yeah, after playing a little bit of WoW, I was like, I don't really want to get into.
People like, still play RuneScape.
Like playing online. Yeah, people still play.
Yeah.
Yes. That's from 98, 97.
Yeah, RuneScape has like it's like, I think RuneScape has like a very toxic or is that League of Legends?
That's League.
I know League of Legends has a very toxic community.
Who we should do an MMO episode and get Travis here.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
man.
should.
Yeah, he plays all of them.
Yeah, he told me one time he dropped out of school.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He dropped out of school to play League.
Yeah.
Like recently? Or,
no, this is years ago.
A while.
Before he started at Westcon, I think.
I think he told me that too.
He was at a different school and then he dropped out and then went to Westcon because it was close.
Yeah.
Travis is weird. I love Travis, but he's an out there guy.
Well, if you want him to go on your show, don't call him weird. Hello.
He's not listening to this. Come on now.
Yeah, he's great. He's a good guy. I miss that group of. Remember the time you were super drunk at the party and he was just like, "You guys okay?" And we didn't recognize him until like we walked up like right in his face because it was so dark.
I do remember.
We're like, "Oh my gosh!"
That was funny. That was a fun night.
Yeah, that was fun. Well, anyway, let's go back to games.
Oh yeah.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, I mean, my take on MMOs are.
I guess those would be.
I think my favorite MMO would be ESO, even though I haven't played it in like so long. Like that's the one I can probably get back into and just be like, okay, that's what's cool about MMOs. It's just like you can just get back into it. I mean, I guess all video games.
Yeah.
My favorite MMO is Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, because it's a real life.
Very realistic.
Yeah.
You see all the people in real life.
There's also Black Desert Online, which is like super ultra realistic graphics.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like it's great. It's like $5 on.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I think it's free. Like
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I have no interest in it.
Like I meant like a free subscription, not like $5 and it's free. Doesn't make sense.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So yeah, Jimmy,
I don't know.
you're the host.
Am I?
Yeah,
I'm
trying to think.
I'm just. I don't know. Just like open world games in general. Like it's funny that we're starting this kind of like reboot of the podcast up with open world games. I'm not a huge fan of open world games.
Okay.
I like them, but like just they take up too much time.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily. I mean, yeah, it takes up a lot of time, and I like just like a straightforward game.
Yeah.
But I think also it's like I'm gonna bring in my favorite game of all time, No Man's Sky, and
That's a very open world game.
yeah,
It's an
there's
open universe
a
game.
sense of uncertainty that I do not feel comfortable about. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know how you say you get lost in a game?
Yeah.
I would be like, I don't want to go any further because I don't want to lose track of where like what planet I want to go to. I want to check out that planet. I'm probably going to lose the planet that I'm already on. And I really like this planet. I really want to settle here. But like, what's the point of the game if I'm not exploring?
Yeah.
So like, I thought I would love the game
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah.
But some of the,
You don't want to skew off too far. Yeah.
I did that one time. It was like such a beautiful piece of land or planet or whatever. It was like orangish, reddish trees by the ocean. I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden I was just like, let me go explore more. And I tried exploring and I lost the planet.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, really?
I didn't know where it was. I went hyperdrive and I went to another solar system and I'm like, why'd I do that?
Too far.
I ran out of planets in that system and I wanted to explore more.
Yeah.
But that was like my favorite planet. And I can't go back to it anymore.
Now it's gone forever.
It's gone forever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I named it,
Did you?
but I don't think
You
it's...
can't like find it in the
I don't know.
catalog or
You
anything?
can't type it up and be like, go to this planet.
No.
Stat. I forgot what I named it. But I remember naming it.
Yeah.
I said like home or something like that.
I've never touched that game, so I have no idea how it works, but...
They did a huge update.
Yes, from what I hear, it's good now.
It's like, people are like, finally...
It took 3 years, but it's good now.
Well, I mean, it was a small company. And like their story was just like, it was so,
Fake.
No, not fake. It was inspiring in a way. There was like a huge flood in their
I guess.
development studio and stuff. And like, and
all
like
that
he
stuff in the
sold his
beginning.
house to finance or bring everything back and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I guess so.
And it's just like, wow, that's like really inspiring. And then you get this piece of shit game, and then you're like, all right. But like they've really they worked on it.
Yeah.
Hashtag No Man's Sky was a mistake on Twitter. I cannot believe they did that too. It's like, my God. That was so funny.
Yeah, there's always that aspect of like, I don't want to skew off too far from the story or whatever when I'm playing in open world games. I think that's also an aspect that I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
Like when I was playing like Red Dead Redemption or whatever, like I couldn't like...
You can't go too far in that game.
Yeah.
And to the point where you get lost. Like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like I, it's just.
But like, say, like, you know how a big aspect of that game is when you go to Mexico for the first time. What if I just skewed off and like just went to Mexico for fun or whatever?
You can't.
Can't you? You can't, from what I remember. Okay, so
Walked
I guess
off.
so
I tried.
guess,
I tried. I remember it was a long time ago.
I think the second time I played it, I might have tried, and I don't think it let me.
Yeah, I think you die or something like that, or I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But like you're not supposed to go down there. You're supposed to I think it's like your mission is to find Williamson.
Yeah.
It's like her.
I guess a good aspect of the open world games is just like the individuality of like you playing the character or whatever. Like you have your own experience with that game. Like I have 1,000 experiences with Red Dead Redemption. I could probably skew off. You probably have 1,000 that you can skew off. Well, like how this only would have happened to you or whatever.
Right.
Like you go over this mountain or whatever and you see the sunrise and it's like, oh, this is amazing. Like, you know.
Yeah, no one else can.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's like but what's also great about open world games is that the amount of like a story that's in it that you probably wouldn't have known if you ran past it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of like mini stories in Red Dead Redemption that you only know if you
talk to people.
If you talk to people,
Yeah.
or if you like, there's a side mission in Red Dead Redemption. It's called California, and this guy is like stuck in the desert, and you keep finding him, and he's just like, "Hi, how's it going?" He's like, "Where are you going?" And you tell him, "Where are you going?" And he says, "I'm going to California. I want to go to the coast." And you say, "All right, well, head west and just keep following the sun or whatever." And that's what you tell him. And every time he gets crazier and crazier and crazier every time you see him and meet him, and he gets delusional, and then you find him and he's dead.
Wow.
And
yeah, I do remember this.
You find a note, and he actually, if you read it, it's about him leaving his wife and his children, and he's like, "There's no turning back now." Blah 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 blah, and this is what I've aimed to do. And he, it was just like. That if you like, that's what's the beauty of open world games. Because you had the choice of pursuing that character and finding the ending of that story.
Yeah,
you know, some linear games, you don't really.
Yeah, what I hope with Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't know if it's going to be like this or not. It's possible it's already been confirmed, but I want there to be like, say something like that was to happen or whatever. But I want. Say like I killed somebody or whatever, and that it would kind of be like that Fallout or Skyrim thing. Like if I did something, all those missions would go away or whatever. So like, say like I accidentally killed somebody, I wouldn't have gotten that aspect of the story. I want more stuff like that in the new Red Dead Redemption.
I will say I've did my research, but I have not heard about that. But I have heard
that's my only problem with Red Dead, from what I remember, is that there's not a whole lot of like. Story branching, kind of.
Well, in Red Dead Redemption 1 and Red Dead Redemption 2, there was a guy who's doing a hands-on review of the game, and he played it for like 5 hours or whatever, and he encountered a man who was attacked by a snake. Your character saved him, sucked the poison out. And turns out that guy is a gun store owner. Okay. You go into a town, he meets you and says, "Thank you so much for saving me. Here's a free gun."
Wow. That's cool.
So if you didn't save him, you wouldn't have gotten that free gun.
Or he wouldn't have shown up at the store.
Yep.
Store would have been under a new owner, sort of thing.
That's pretty cool.
There's just a lot of like, you kill someone, they will explain. If you kill someone, their family members would hunt you down, put a bounty on you, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
What I'm looking forward to with Red Dead 2 is just like the individual experience. Like you're going to have like your own unique experience with that game. That's something I'm looking forward to with that game.
There's another part. It's not scripted. This is not scripted or anything like that. A guy went up to this, who's it? Arthur Morgan,
Yeah.
the main character, came up to this guy, and there were 2 kids in a treehouse.
Yeah.
And I think like the guy was just like, I don't want those kids under there or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And like Arthur Morgan like walks over there to like talk to the kids, and the kids run away, and the treehouse falls on Arthur Morgan and kills him. That's not scripted. That's just like, that can happen.
Yeah.
That can happen in the game.
That's funny.
So
That's pretty cool.
it's just, there's a lot of moments that a lot of individuals will encounter probably on their own.
Yeah, hopefully. Like, that's always a problem now with the internet, is that everybody posts their own Let's Plays and whatever. Yeah. I'm guilty of it too. But like, just like, oh, I'm going to do this specific thing because I saw something on YouTube and I know that's
how you have to do it.
Yeah, there's no like just accidentally stumbling upon something anymore. And which kind of sucks now, but it is what it is. I think that just about wraps up this extremely long-wittedly conversation about open world games. We went from fucking Wii U to
the Merritt Parkway and the Storm,
yeah,
Apple Watches,
and
pizza. There's still a slice of pizza if anyone wants it.
Oh, I'll probably have it.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
So that concludes this episode of Nobody's Hearing This. I hope everybody enjoyed our new hosts, Alfie and Cooper.
Yep.
It's great.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Now get out of my house.
Yeah, I just fucking walk out of your house. Like, all right.
Keep the audio equipment here.
Yeah.
I can use it for my podcast. Everyone is hearing this.
Oh.
I'm
there you
joking.
go.
No one will hear it though.
Where can we find you guys on social media to follow you?
Oh,
shit.
It's okay.
I don't have what was it? I have a Twitter.
Twitter?
Smithereens45.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice
I
Twitter.
hardly use it, but I'll probably use it a lot more.
Yeah.
I should use it a lot more.
Yeah.
I have an Instagram, Cooper Tone, and I think that's it.
Yeah. You used to stream. You don't stream anymore. Huh?
I used to stream. That's linked on my Twitter.
Oh, okay.
I used to stream. I should get back into it.
should.
We'll have another episode about streaming and the struggles of streaming and everything like that. There we go.
Alfie, where can we find you on social media?
I do have a Twitter.
You do.
I'm gonna follow you.
I think you are following me, but I'm never on there. So
Yeah.
But I'm at Golden Geats.
Golden
Twitter.
Gates?
Geats, yeah.
Geats.
It's a Mega Man 2.
Oh,
If you
all
want
right.
to spell it out real quick.
It's Golden, and then Geats is GEETZ.
Yeah.
TZ.
Yeah.
And then you can follow the show Twitter, which is at NobodyCast. And my personal Twitter is Son of a Fitch, SONNAVAFITCH. And Alfie loves Son of a Fitch. He laughs at it every time I always bring
How
it
about
up.
son of a spooky guy?
Oh yeah, that's right. I changed my Twitter thing because it's October and it's spooky. Oh, we should do a horror game episode.
Oh, I would love that. I'm playing Visage right now, and it
yeah?
is super...
I would be much more talkative, Jimmy.
Oh, we can talk about Dead Space.
Yep.
Yeah, we can talk about Dead Space.
I just got the whole collection of 1 through 3 on Xbox 360.
Oh, nice.
So
What are you playing? I got an Xbox 360 right now.
what?
Why are you playing Xbox 360?
I don't know. I just was like, hey,
You're just playing a 10-year-old system right now?
yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, they're still there.
That's true.
They're still there. Hey, no, I'm playing my PlayStation 3.
All right.
Right now.
All right, well.
Oh yes, let's stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. They don't need to hear
We'll
this.
talk to you guys maybe in a couple weeks or something.
Yes.
I don't know. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, nobody.
Bye-bye.
Oh, look at that. Everybody's recording.
Hell yeah.
That sounds pretty good, too. All right, so I'm just going to be like...
Oh wait, hold on.
And then you can just like...
I'm gonna be like,
Oh, like you're actually
there's a
walking to
microphone
the-
here. I'm gonna talk now.
Yeah, yeah. So Alfie, you're just gonna kind of like show up and then like I'm just gonna be talking and just be like, oh man, Nick's not here, and then Cooper's gonna come in
Okay.
and then Cooper's gonna be like, so what are you doing in my house?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I always record in your house. He was like, with me not knowing. And then all of a sudden you're just gonna show up and then you're like, I heard you doing a podcast, so I thought I was just gonna come over.
All right. All right.
All right. Hello, everybody. This is another solo edition of Nobody's Hearing This. Unfortunately, Nick couldn't show up, so I mean, it's gonna be pretty sad. Like we had this whole idea of like having a big idea kind of thing, throwing it back to our fix it and post days, talking about one single thing. We were gonna talk about open world games today. But I don't know, this is going to be pretty sad. I mean, it's just me.
Let me know when you're recording.
We are. I just did my whole monologue.
Oh, dang it. I wasn't ready.
You want me to do it again?
What are you doing in my house? Yeah, do it again.
All right. Hello, everybody. God damn it. All right. Hello, everybody. You're listening to Nobody's Hearing This. As everybody knows, I have a co-host, Nick, who's not here today. I'm pretty sad because we were going to do this whole thing where we're going to be talking about open world games, and I don't know.
Before Beefo.
Cooper, hi.
Can we do that again?
Oh, God damn it, Cooper.
Listen, I thought podcasts were skits, idiot.
I always have skits.
Okay, whatever.
It's hilarious.
Take 35.
Yeah.
Do it again.
All right.
Take 2, 3.